Hey, Omega.
Yes, Gunner.
I ran into some Middle Eastern friends today, and I did the only sensible thing I could do, or being a jobber in the '80s.
Oh yeah.
I ran away. Let's start the show.
Stupid trackball mouse!
Well, there's no time for joking around. Just quiet down your chatter. Weekend pro wrestling is no laughing matter, baby. From Impact to Raw to SmackDown Blue, you'll be good at math and science if you only listen to Get Serious. Oh, Get Serious. Oh, Get Serious. Enough.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 183 of WOOO Get Serious. My name is Gunner, and that is Omega BR.
Now, normally, I don't like to point out the jokes that I wrote. I like to point out the ones I did not write. And that one Gunner just did, I had nothing to do with.
But you're the one who handed it to me. Also joining us this week, and someone who could corroborate my story, is Yank of DDS.
Nope, you're all on your own on that one, buddy.
I feel so isolationist. Also joining us this week is Net Chester.
I want to put on record that I ran so far away from that joke.
And also joining us this week, coming back from grabbing a cup of water, it's Vassar. If he's here yet.
Can I just have a second? Because I think NJ just made a pun and a flock of seagulls reference.
Yes, he did.
Well played, NJ. Well played.
Damn, you complimented me. What did you have something extra spicy for dinner or something? Or
well, whatever he did, you need to do it again. Speaking of doing things again,
Nestor's mom.
Seth Rollins torn ACL MCL will keep him out of action for 6 to 9 months, and it's extremely unlikely he'll be competing at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns was indeed scheduled to win the world title at Survivor Series, though plans may have changed, including Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. Randy Orton may also miss a big event if he opts to do for a shoulder surgery, which is needed to prevent it from dislocating easily. Nikki Bella has been off the road recently, arresting several nagging injuries, as she's actually been working hurt for a while. John Cena isn't expected to be asked to come back from his hiatus early, but early word has him penciled in to finally face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. This is one of the acceptable Undertaker WrestleMania matches that I can think of. This, Sting, and Kane are the only 3 components of Undertaker I want to see this year. If you could name another one, go right ahead, but I would probably disagree with you.
It's too late for Cena.
Not at all.
No, it's too...
No, not at all.
Because he's already been beat.
But no, that's a good thing, because then Cena doesn't take the streak.
Right, but Cena should have faced him and lost already, like 5 years ago.
It really should. Now, granted, Taker is, in better health. He's been appearing a lot more lately, but it really should. We really want to get that match with Sting.
Yeah, Father Time is working against us here, and not getting it in the biggest WrestleMania that you're probably going to have for a while here. You'd imagine that you would have Undertaker and Sting. It'd be a no-brainer.
It's pretty ridiculous that they didn't do it last year.
I mean, I can understand why. And I thought it was the Brock Lesnar thing where they'd have him face John Cena first, and then, you'd have work his way around, and Triple H would get his hands on him, as Triple H just to get his hands on everybody. Just saying, including the divas. But you know, this is one of the matches that I would be okay with seeing. It's not the ideal match, but I would be okay with seeing it. Nikki Bell has been hurting my sensibilities.
Her and John are off on some beach.
I bet
Banging
you,
like stone test buddies.
I bet you she's trying to get a baby put in her.
Well,
And I bet you that's the giant rumor going around.
Oh, I'm sure that's the rumor, but I doubt because she still wants to work, I would assume.
I don't know about that, necessarily speaking. I mean, her contract's almost up with the company, and if it ends early, then it ends early. Whoops. But yeah, this is the first pay-per-view, by the way. Survivor Series 2015 is the first pay-per-view since Cyber Sunday 2009 to not feature Randy Orton and John Cena at the top of the card.
That can't be right.
Nope. It's absolutely correct. If John Cena or Randy Orton...
Okay.
Yeah.
Without either of them on the top of the card.
Correct. Without either of them on the card
Either
at
of them
all.
on the card, period, not
Yeah,
the top of the card.
Period. That's what I meant.
Okay, I got it.
That's actually very sad.
Isn't it? That's pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Let me just say something. If Seth Rollins doesn't come back and lead the New Day to being the most dominant stable of all time, I will be very sad and a unicorn horn won't be raised as high. But I have hope.
It'll be a sad day.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Okay, the New Day's gone from a big ass joke to including Seth Rollins in their shenanigans.
Seriously,
Like,
it's the best thing ever. Well, speaking of sad days, since you decided to interrupt my transition and screw it up, Jerry Jarrett will not be involved with Classic Wrestling Revolution, rather a new American Idol-style competition in which judges can stop a match with a buzzer if they see something they don't like. Alberto Del Rio will not be returning to AAA, and a tournament to determine the new Mega Heavyweight Champion will take place. Conan claims he was making more than the rumored WWE payoff of $450,000 in AAA. Word going around is that the last offer TNA made him was $300,000 with freedom to work elsewhere. Mystic 2.0 has changed his name again to Caristico. The Young Bucks have a one-year deal with ROH, which New Japan encouraged, and they retain all merchandise rights and their PWT store.
That's the Jerry Jarrett thing sounds like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I don't American Idol style, like, so there's two guys wrestling and like three guys watching them wrestle, and then like if they see a move they don't like or whatever, they hit the buzzer and stop the match, and they're like, this is bad, and you feel bad,
sure.
and the other guy's like, oh, you look so pretty tonight.
Yeah, or a botch, or, if the match is going on too long, or if it's the rest hold's going on too long, or something like that. I guess the idea is to recruit, have indie wrestlers send in their audition tapes, and then pick a pool of guys, and then, kind of do matches at various independent events, and then do bigger elimination style stuff in bigger markets, I guess, and then kind of go on tour with the winners, and I don't know. It all sounds very pipe dreamy.
Yeah, it does.
Can we have a Rock versus Cena buzzer match?
Yeah, no.
It sounds like one of those. It sounds like one of those ridiculous gimmick things that you would hear. Like it would be like Santino and like whatchamacallit, the Bull from the Los Matadores. It'd be like Santino and the Bull from Los Matadores in a buzzer match, where one opponent can stop the other, or one opponent can hit a buzzer, and then you can like have be positioned or attacked in like any way, shape or form that you see possible, and you can't fight back or some BS.
Okay, I might be changing my mind here, because this depends on who the panel with control of the buzzer is. Because I'm thinking,
okay, yeah, no, I see where you're going with this.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking like Lance Storm and Al Snow, and I don't have a third one.
I would do no. It would be Ole Anderson. It'd be Ric Flair. It'd be a drunk Ric Flair, and it'd be a drunk JR.
No. You don't. You gotta have
Drunk JR.
drunk Ric Flair is your Paul Abdul, and then Lance Storm is definitely your Simon Cowell. Because he could shit all over everything, and Al Snow is fucking hilarious. So
this buzzer thing just sounds too much like the old schoolyard game of red light, green light to me.
Pretty much. Hey, guess what, guys? Vacant is the Triple Crown champion, currently holding the WWE, AAA, and TNA World Heavyweight titles.
Well, as I said on our Twitter last night during Monday Night Raw, that guy is absolutely prolific, having held almost every single title that has ever existed in wrestling. So, I mean, it's hard to contend with that kind of success.
Right. And I'm not surprised that we're going to see the Young Bucks in ROH. We already talked about that last week, I think, and they have a good deal. And PWT is their Pro Wrestling Tees store, which is like, 3/4 of the Pro Wrestling Tees business that isn't CM Punk. Some ridiculous number like that. Alright, speaking of big things, I'm excited for this one. HBO is doing an Andre the Giant documentary. That sentence right there should make you happy. And Fox is working on a pro wrestling drama called The Work. The Boogeyman. I know. It's going to have Vince Russo.
You're kidding.
I am kidding.
Thank God.
See, I just worked you. See? The Boogeyman is the latest star to sign a WWE Legends contract. After Samoa Joe tweeted a sign from WrestleMania Ticket Party, CM Punk tweeted him to point at the sign because, quote, they like that. Although breaking ground, Sarah Del Rey appears with the Divas, William Regal teaches the promo class, and Canyon Seaman told the talent they've been cut regularly. It's Sarah's stock with the Divas. Ryan GQ Money Cats doing promo class, and Matt Tensai Bloom delivering the bad news. Okay. I don't know why they changed that on TV, but alright.
Right, like who... I don't get it. I haven't watched Breaking Ground yet. You guys will have to tell me if it's good later.
It's really good. I really like it. It's like HBO behind the scenes. It's really good.
Oh, like the Bryant Gumbel thing with the, or like the boxing thing.
Yankum. Think of this.
Yes.
It's a wrestling documentary with William Shatner doing the voiceover.
Yep.
I can't imagine how fantastic that would be.
I recently went to a con, and he was speaking at it, and my God, is he a terrible public speaker. Just bad.
Why would you say that he's a terrible public speaker? I think it's just fine.
I can see your point there. Alright, let's see. CM Punk being CM Punk. I think that's
right.
Yeah. I'm still trying to wrap my head around a tough enough dropout becoming a legend.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is he, like, okay, he was there and it was a thing for a while, but does it really warrant a Legends contract?
All I'm is the Boogeyman is great fun. He's great entertainment. You know, if he can't wrestle anymore because of physical injuries, that's sad. But still, you know, I want the Boogeyman around. Hell.
Well, physical injuries, and he's 51.
Hashtag Boogie.
That doesn't stop killings.
2016.
Really? I didn't know that.
But
Oh god.
fucking Ron Killings is like 87,000 years old. That dude fucking
Ron Killings
remembers.
is like 47, something like that.
In wrestling, that's old.
Yeah, that's super old. That's like, oh god, why are you still wrestling old? Yeah, he's
That's like a football player that's like 35. And you're going, what are you doing? You should have retired like 8 years ago.
or something like that. Alright. Let's move on here. Let's get to the 15-minute time limit.
Really hate
this
this
week-
stupid thing.
We'll fix it eventually. This week we're going to be talking about the WWE title tournament. We'll give some predictions here, and you guys can let me know what's going on. I'm going to try to find the bracket with included with spoilers somewhere along here. So talk about Rollins and how his title reign went.
I think Rollins is a classic case of they don't really know what to do. You look at the meat and potatoes of it. It's almost like they're just building toward WrestleMania the entire year. And I think I've made this argument before, where he's in feuds with. The feud with Kane really kind of all the respect in the world to Kane. But when they put you in a main event feud with Kane, that's pretty much saying they don't know what to do with you. The real problem with Seth's reign was the Authority, because the Authority doesn't know how to be a top heel group. 1 minute they're talking about Seth being the man, and he's the new face of the company, and they actually built a statue for him. And then the other minute they're yelling at him and putting him in front of all these obstacles, fatal 4-ways, matches with Lesnar, matches with Cena. And, Stephanie berating him, is it because I'm a woman? That kind of garbage. They just really never... One thing that was always pretty consistent in the 90s, in the Attitude Era and the Corporation, was that the Corporation was always pretty much behind their guys. They might have gotten mad at them from time to time, particularly for losing, but they were pretty much always in favor of their people. Whereas with the Authority and Rollins was kind of in it by himself for most of the time, and then he would kind of ask the Authority to do something, and the Authority would kind of shrug him off, and then at the last minute the Authority, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, would do something to kind of help him, and it all basically falls apart when you do that.
I think, despite all of that, he had a pretty strong run. The ratings were down for sure, and that's not, that is part of a good championship run, a main championship run at least. Because if you're the guy, you're going to have to be the guy, and you're going to have to help draw the show. But since he didn't, you could consider it a failure in that aspect. But in general, given what he was dealt, he came out of matches and he looked good doing it. I didn't feel like he got the Jack Swagger treatment at all, where they got behind Swagger for like 3 months and then they're like, nah, we're good. I think he got a fair chance and a fair shake at being a heel top champion.
Oh yeah, I think he definitely, on his own merit, did very well with the situations he was given. He certainly played the role very well. And he had some pretty good outings in the ring. But if we're talking about the reign itself, I think you have to look at things like, the first match at Extreme Rules after WrestleMania was that cage match with Randy Orton. Kane was involved from the very beginning, by the way, with Kane being the gatekeeper at Extreme Rules, and then Kane would no longer be the director of operations at Payback, if I remember right, if he lost or whatever.
Right. I think actually his biggest hindrance has been Kane, and the focal point Kane was spent during this entire time as corporate Kane or Demon Kane or whatever Kane you want to put him in. I really feel that Kane's involvement, in this scene really didn't help at all. J&J Security was great until he dropped the title, until he dropped the Money in the Bank championship and Money in the Bank thing. That was fun, but he standing on his own and coming into his own in the past couple of months, it's just been surprising to me how good he's gotten.
Well, again, you look at the history of it. There was the cage match at Extreme Rules. There was the match at Payback where Kane helped him out. Right after that, it was Elimination Chamber where he got disqualified against Ambrose, and then he and Ambrose had that really stellar match at Money in the Bank, the ladder match. And we kind of thought, okay, this is the start. This is kind of the beginning of Rollins really as the guy. And then right after that, of course, the Authority made him face Lesnar at Battleground, where, Lesnar got busy with The Undertaker, so Rollins retained again. Then he began the feud with Cena, and the winner-take-all match at SummerSlam, which, he won the U.S. title. Which really didn't do anything. I think we all kind of predicted that if he won the title, it would just be sort of a shock moment and Cena would get it back immediately, which is what happened. And then again, he went right back into a feud with Kane, which kind of led us to where we are now.
Exactly. All right, so I linked the tournament bracket in the chart in the description there. In our second round next week, we've got 4 matches. And I would like to go through and predict them. We'll start from the bottom to the top because the top one, the top one's going to make me the most angry. Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose. Who's going to win that one?
I'm going to say.
Yeah, no. Nope, you're right. It's going to be Ambrose. Because he's going to be the one to lose to the guy that's going to go into the finals.
Okay.
Well, I think Ambrose is going to beat Ziggler, and then Ambrose will go on to face Owens, who will defeat whoever his semifinal guy is, and that will create an interesting situation either way to face Roman, because let's face it, Roman's winning the West bracket, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Roman versus Ambrose, two buddies and everything, maybe set up the potential for one of them, Ambrose, to turn against the other, or is it going to be Owens, and then Owens is sort of... It's been brought up now that Rollins is gone, and so many guys are hurt, that Owens is kind of sort of technically the top heel.
Technically the top heel. Technically.
Yeah.
Only at this point, he's technically the top heel because Del Rio hasn't been around. So if Del Rio was around, Del Rio would have been the top heel, and he would have won this tournament. But he's got the U.S. belt right now, so he can't do that. And Kevin Owens has the Intercontinental belt right now, so he can't do that.
Well, it's going to be Owens and Roman for the title.
I disagree. Yep. I think it's going to be
Roman's going to win.
No, I think it's going to be Ambrose. I think it's going to be Ambrose and Reigns, and that's what you're going to see on the pay-per-view. I think Ambrose goes heel at some point, because they're buddy, friend, that kind of thing, and he does something dastardly and aligns with that doesn't make sense at all.
No, it doesn't. There's no way he aligns with the Authority. It's just not. It can't happen. if they were creative and they wanted to do something good, they might have Reigns and Ambrose go into the fight, beat the ever-living shit out of each other, and then whichever one wins, the other guy holds his hand up, and they're still friends at the end of it.
Yeah, but
Because it's about the competition, it's about winning the title, but that's not gonna. I mean, like all the crap they went through in the trenches together. Like, they're not just going to turn on each other.
you and me and your average wrestling smark would think that that's a good idea, and that would show sportsmanship and all this good. But we're not WWE creative. They will go for the cheap pop of Ambrose stabbing Roman in the back somehow and going for the authority. Now that you said it, it is predestined to happen, as the gods of calamity, once again, will not stop on WWE fans.
So we're saying Ambrose wins over Ziggler, Owens wins over Neville, Kalisto or ADR?
I don't know how the fuck Kalisto beat Ryback. I'm going to watch that match. That's going to be my what to watch, because it's less of a what to watch and more of a what the fuck.
It's going to be so good, though. I can't wait for Raw to watch Alberto Del Rio against Kalisto. I'm
weird,
perfectly honest with you.
Okay, it's going to be Del Rio and Reigns, and then Reigns goes over Del Rio, and then into the finals.
What if Cesaro wins? That's going to be my question here. What if Cesaro wins? No. Entertain it as a question. He could. They could, if they want to do something else with Cesaro, or if this is his time. I could see Cesaro beating Reigns. I could see it happen.
I could see it happening if they hadn't already planned to make Reigns champion before. I could see it happening. But
like Big Dave said, though, I mean, they've changed their mind. So it makes me think that that we've been reading, for the past couple of weeks here on the news, that Roman Reigns, his promos aren't being well received in the backstage area, and people don't like him necessarily to go forward. So this could be a very, very opportune time for them to push Cesaro over Reigns in that, oh my god, what the hell just happened here? Everybody thought Reigns was going to win, but no, he didn't. Kind of thing.
Okay, so you're saying Cesaro wins, and then it's him versus Del Rio?
Him versus Del Rio, Owens versus Ambrose, Owens versus Cesaro in the finals.
Owens goes over. It's a fucking awesome match. Lots of back and forth, all kinds of cool spots.
We've seen it already.
And then Owens goes over. So what?
Right. No. I'm saying we've seen it already. We know it's going to be good.
Right. Oh, yeah. But if that's the case, I see them giving Owens the push and letting him be the top heel for a little while. And then he would finish up the feud with Cesaro, across one or two pay-per-views. And then it would be Reigns coming in and taking the title off of Owens.
Oh, scratch that. You know what? Never mind. None of this matters. You know why?
Because...
tell me why.
Because Roman Reigns is a fucking hoss. Oh,
thank you.
Fuck me! Fuck!
Mine is going to walk out of Survivor
fucking
Series.
Dick, you got my fucking hopes all up, and I'm like, this is kind of feasible. And then no.
It's this is what's going to happen. It's going to be Dolph Ziggler all over again. Where he had the belt for like 2 seconds. Cesaro's going to win, or Roman Reigns is going to win, or Dean Ambrose is going to win. One of the three, and it's going to be a face, right? And they go over, and then Sheamus comes out, beats the shit out of them. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
I can see that.
And Sheamus is already kind of a Triple H guy, so
there you go.
They act like they don't have a guy, but they have a guy waiting in the wings,
Right. So that's it. I mean, that's what's going to happen. It doesn't matter who's going to win. A face is going to win this tournament, and it's probably going to be in all realistic terms here, it's going to be Roman Reigns. I'm predicting Cesaro goes over Roman Reigns though, and I'm going to hold myself to that. But Roman Reigns wins. No, I'm not making a piss bet. I'm not that stupid.
You don't want to make a piss bet?
I'm not a piss bet kind of guy.
If you're not willing to piss bet, then you're not really. You don't really believe in
you don't believe what you're saying if you're not willing to piss bet.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it's strong enough to make a piss bet. Sorry. To be perfectly honest, I don't.
We're 3 minutes.
Oh, we got 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh my god! All right.
3 minutes.
Yeah. I really want to see Reigns and Ambrose. I think they'll probably put. It's got to whoever they put up against Reigns has to be somebody that can beat the living shit out of them for 15 or 20 minutes, long enough for Sheamus to come out and get an easy win.
It's going to be Owens. It's going to be Owens, but it's going to be Brock Lesnar that's going to take the title away.
Really?
I don't.
At the end of the day, that's who I think. Brock Lesnar has another WWE title run in him, and I think that Brock will end up being, at the end of the day, at WrestleMania 32, Brock will be the WWE champion.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I'm more than okay with this. I really like that idea, actually. And then it's whoever wins the Rumble is the one that gets to try and take the title back off the arguably biggest monster in the WWE right now.
Yeah, basically that's how I see, the next 3 months going, where the title's going to get hot-shotted a couple times, where it's going to go from Roman to Sheamus to Lesnar at some point. Or Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble, which is what has been predicted this entire time. But I don't think that's going to happen because I think Daniel Bryan's coming back, and I think they're actually going to do it right this time.
I don't think so.
But
I don't think he's coming back.
I know. I'm having a hard time. You guys want some Dairy Queen?
We still got a minute, but fuck it.
Dairy Queen, drive through.
Don't all rush in to introduce the drive-thru at once, guys. It's time for the Dairy Queen drive-thru. And with the ratings, let's have Vassar.
I'm still depressed about Cesaro, but okay. And now, for the ratings. TNA Impact drew 262,000 viewers, down from 266,000 the previous week. ROH is dropped 38% to 141,000 viewers from the week prior. And for SmackDown, it is last week's episode of SmackDown drew 2,123,000 viewers, down from the 2,171,000 viewers the week previous. And finally, Raw. Raw drew 3.173 million 3 million viewers, down from the 3,248,000 viewers the week before. Another new non-holiday low. Also, I think the Raw rating kind of shocked me there.
Yeah, that's not great. So, hey there, Net Jester. It's top of the birthdays.
I haven't even brought up the freaking thing yet. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, for the love of fuck. We're live on the air, and this guy is saying, hang on a second. As if
I got it now.
the nobody that's listening is going to wait.
They're going to wait. Trust me. Just like you guys waited for me, right?
No, we started the show 20 minutes early.
I know. God damn
And if you believe that, I have lakeshore property in beautiful downtown Dubai. But for the 10th of this week, none other than one of my personal favorites, the legend Jushin Thunder Liger, starts out our birthdays. And he was formerly Humorous the Laughing Man. Now everybody knows him as Bill DeMott. Plus, Cowboy Bob Orton, the Ryback, and Winter are the birthdays on the 10th. Moving to the 11th, we have Crystal Marshall and Van Hammer. On the 12th, we have Trent Acid, Matt oh boy.
It's Italian. Oh, well done, Netjester. Hold on, let me figure out how to hold down the talk button and.
Well, I hope to God you're
Stop masturbating.
The alternative is.
I was clapping. I was masturbating on the air. That's fine. It's fine. Everybody does it.
Continuing on the 12th, we have Elektra and Disco Inferno. Anything to get away from that last joke. On the 13th, we have Miss Sarah Del Rey and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I remember him from somewhere. I can't remember where, though. On the 14th, we have Lord Tenzai, now known as, Albert Watt. What's his name?
Matt Bloom.
No. Tenzai? Lord Tenzai?
Matt Bloom.
No. Albert. What? Jason Albert. That's what his name is. Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
We have Cima, C-I-M-A, not to be confused with John Cena, and the one and only the legendary Macho Man Randy Savage. Then, filling out the week on the 16th, we have Mike Hunsweety. I must be an independent guy. Anyway.
It's Hunsweat.
Hunsweat?
Yeah, say it.
Hunsweat.
Okay. Oh, the whole thing, it's a German name, but please pronounce the name all the way through.
Yeah, sure, you betcha. Mike Hunsweat.
You probably ought to tell people that on the air.
Gesundheit.
And now it is time for This Week
Gunner's trying not to crack.
With Omega BR.
Yes, this weekend, wrestling history. It's like a 1978, where the NWA Mid-America title changed hands twice in one night in Nashville, Tennessee, as Dutch Mantell defeated Mexican Angel for the title, starting his fourth reign, only to drop it to Randy Savage later that night, starting Savage's second reign with the strap. Jump to 1988, where Eric Embry defeats Jeff Jarrett in Dallas, Texas to win the World Class Championship Wrestling Light Heavyweight title for the third time. And in 1999, Scott Hall defeats Bret Hart, Sid Vicious, and Goldberg for the vacant WCW United States Heavyweight title in a ladder match in Indianapolis, Indiana, starting his second reign. And that was This Weekend Wrestling History.
Happy Trails.
I should read the Happy Trails.
Did you read Did you read the ratings, or was Vassar read the ratings?
Vassar read the ratings, and then NJ read the birthdays, and then
You got your points, gimmick. I'll do Happy Trails.
You do the Happy Trails.
Happy Trails Batista, who was interviewed by WWE.com and tweeted that the cameraman referred to him as Mr. Cool Strong Dude, meaning his career was over. A fan tweeted him that it was probably someone they fired from creative, and replied that the fan knows more about the business than who they're hiring. And Happy Trails to Buff Bagwell, who appeared on the Steve Austin Show and claimed that Jim Ross ruined his wrestling career by asking him to take the weekend off following his lackluster match on Raw with Booker T, eventually being released that next Monday. Ross claims that Bagwell's mother, Judy, called and asked for the time off for him, and it was simply his job at the time to tell talents when they had been cut. Buff Bagwell, you were terrible. I'm not going to lie. I liked you as a kid, but you were terrible. And your match on Raw was equally terrible. No, not the worst, but definitely down there. Points. All you, my friend.
All right, let's start off with negative 50 points to Gunner, because... Oh, it didn't play. What the fuck? It was supposed to be the kid yelling, "That's racist!" But it didn't work. Anyway, that's racist! 10 points to NetJester, because he actually got a good one in. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Gunner scored 5 points, because he got me with that Vince Russo thing. I actually believed that for a second there. 5 points for Omega BR for the good explanation of Rollins' title run. Negative 25 points to Gunner for getting my hopes up for the Cesaro Owens thing and then dashing it against the rocks by reminding me that Sheamus has that stupid fucking briefcase. That cunt. 10 points together because WrestleMania is coming to you straight from Suplex City, bitch. Negative 25 points to NetJester for none other than 10 more positive points. NJ has scored 2 instances of positive points this episode. I would like to point that out because for him, that is a fucking record. And finally, 5 points to Gunner. Send for the man. I heard you trying not to crack. You didn't do that good a job. So for the totals, NJ scored negative 5 points for the episode. Gunner scored negative 55. Omega scored 5. And Vassar, you were awful quiet this episode. See, we need that crickets and the soundboard. Get on that, Gunner. All right, so there we go. So overall, we have NetJester with negative 32,429. You can turn that off now. Gunner with 340 points. Omega BR with 560. And Vassar, you know what? Fuck that. Vassar.
Bilingual. There's a lot of body things I am, but lingual is not one of them. Hey, wait a minute. Did I just mean to say that?
I don't think you did, but be that as it may, we're live.
God damn. And I said that we would have no use for that soundboard, that soundboard sound. And now that you have played it on the air, I realize that I was wrong. And I apologize, Gunner. I apologize. I was wrong.
200 points.
Yeah, I gave 200 points to Vassar just because I can. Fuck you guys.
For me, for playing the sound bit, an irrelevant point.
No, you. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 1 point for the sound bit.
Oh, you're kidding me. All right, what to watch this week in wrestling? We'll go with NetJester.
Well, even though it wasn't a part of a sanctioned match, I just, for some odd reason, enjoyed the end of Raw because we thought that good old Bray Wyatt, or Bunny Cat to his friends...
God damn it!
What? Anyway, we thought that good old Bray Wyatt was, maybe he pulled a Shang Tsung, and maybe he was in control of the mental and physical states of Kane and The Undertaker. Then Kane and The Undertaker come out and stomp a mud hole in him. So that was just fun for me. That was just a little bit of catharsis. And go watch that again. It was fun.
Yankum, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
I'm going to watch that Kalisto and Ryback match because I want to know how the fuck that happened where Kalisto went over Ryback. That's so random.
Vassar, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
I'm just gonna go with the Kevin Owens versus Titus O'Neil from Raw because I'm loving the whole Kevin Owens run right now.
Omega, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
You should watch Charles Robinson versus Gorgeous George from Slamboree 1999.
I don't know why you would watch that.
Gorgeous George
I've seen.
second.
Yes. But you should watch. You Shoot just actually came out with the Glenn. I can't pronounce his last name, but Disco Inferno. Disco Inferno's timeline of WCW. And he tells some really, really good stories in there. I want to see the Invisible Man as a gimmick, and I want to see Bill Ding building.
Oh my God, no!
Yes, building.
Gone all ding dong, that's for sure.
Oh my God, Disco
Bill-
Inferno is hilarious.
Building. That sounds like something we would put in the fucking birthdays to fuck with Netchester.
Yes, it does. But building. Oh my God, you got to hear his explanation and how he booked the Invisible Man, though. That is just some hilarious booking, and you want to pay him to come to your like family barbecue to sit down and tell stories of like his wrestling days and like all the creative stuff that he's come up with. Because holy shit, is he funny. All right. So I guess that's it for this week. Thank you all for listening. You can check us out online, www.smarksnark.com. Spreaker.com/smarksnark will get you straight to our podcast site. You could also check out
It gets you
youtube.com.
straight to the broadcast.
Yes, it will.
The broadcast site. If you would like to view back episodes from now on, those will be going up on SoundCloud. I recently set us up with that. The episodes will automatically go up onto SoundCloud after they've been broadcast. And as I get time, I will be uploading all the back episodes that I have copies of. There will be some that are lost due to, like hard drive changes and the fact that NetJester's on the show and I can only listen to so much.
Right, of course. And you can also check us out on our social media outlets, which is facebook.com/smarksnark, twitter.com/smarksnark, and a few others. We've also got smarksnark@gmail.com. If you're a promoter or professional wrestler and you would like to get on the show and talk about your experience, we'd love to have you. We also have, a phone number, and that one is 812-408-9666, or 812-408. Woo! Took him a second there, but he got it. So thank you all for listening. Remember, we wish you well in your past, present, and future endeavors.
Woo!
I don't know what that was, but I think that Hoot Owl needs vitamins.
Good night, Lodi.